You could be losing up to 90% of broccoli's cancer-fighting compounds just by cooking it the wrong way. And here's the simple fix most people miss. Welcome to the FreshFuel Guide. Do you think broccoli is one of the healthiest foods? It is, but only if you activate its most important compound correctly. Broccoli contains sulforaphane, a compound widely studied for its ability to activate detoxification enzymes and protect cells. But here's the problem: if you cook it the wrong way, you may lose most of that potential. So what role does mustard play? And how can a small amount switch on broccoli's anti-cancer power? Number 1. Activate sulforaphane, the switch behind broccoli's anti-cancer power. You might be eating plenty of broccoli, but is your body actually getting its most important compound? Often, the answer is not really. Broccoli contains a precursor compound called glucoraphanin, but on its own, it's not the star. To form sulforaphane, the biologically active compound, you need an enzyme called myrosinase. And here's the key point. Without myrosinase, sulforaphane is barely produced efficiently. So what happens when you cook broccoli? High heat, especially boiling or overcooking, can deactivate myrosinase. The result? You're still eating broccoli, but losing much of its ability to generate sulforaphane. So where does mustard come in? Mustard, especially raw or minimally processed, contains natural myrosinase. When you add a small amount of mustard to cooked broccoli, this enzyme can reactivate the conversion process, helping generate sulforaphane right in your meal. Not magic, just biochemistry. Some studies in molecular nutrition show that adding external sources of myrosinase, like mustard or radish, can restore sulforaphane formation after cooking. Think about that. It's not just about eating broccoli, it's about activating what's inside it. That's the real difference. But if you think sulforaphane is just another antioxidant, wait until you see what it does to your body's detox systems at the cellular level. Number 2. Activating the body's natural detox system, the NRF2 pathway. Sulforaphane is not just an antioxidant. What makes it far more powerful is its ability to activate your body's internal defense system at the cellular level. But how does this mechanism actually work? Sulforaphane can activate the NRF2, nuclear factor erythroid 2-related factor 2, pathway. This is not a single enzyme, but a central, master switch that regulates hundreds of genes involved in cellular protection and repair. Once NRF2 is activated, the body increases the production of key detoxification enzymes such as glutathione S-transferase, NQO1, and heme OXYGENASE1. These enzymes play essential roles in neutralizing toxins, reducing oxidative stress, and protecting DNA from accumulated damage. In simple terms, you're not just consuming antioxidants, you're activating your body's own internal antioxidant defense system. And that's a fundamental difference. Research published in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences and Cancer Prevention Research suggests that sulforaphane can enhance the expression of phase 2 detoxification enzymes, helping the body process harmful compounds more efficiently. Importantly, scientists are not only observing surface-level effects, they are detecting measurable changes at the gene expression level. Think of it this way: instead of simply adding protection from the outside, you are turning on protection from within. That said, it's important to stay grounded. Sulforaphane is not a miracle detox. Your liver and kidneys remain the primary organs responsible for detoxification. Sulforaphane acts as a supportive enhancer, not a replacement. And if you think the benefits stop at detoxification, the next section goes even further, because this same pathway is closely linked to reducing inflammation and protecting brain function. Number 3. Reducing inflammation and protecting the brain at the cellular level. You may not feel inflammation in your body, but that doesn't mean it isn't there. Chronic low-grade inflammation is a silent driver behind many conditions, including cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline over time. So how does sulforaphane connect to brain health? The answer lies in the NRF2 pathway. When NRF2 is activated, it not only increases detoxification enzymes but also helps down-regulate inflammatory signals, such as nitrogen monofluoride kappa B, a key regulator of the body's inflammatory response. In simple terms, sulforaphane doesn't just protect, it helps reduce the source of inflammation itself. This is especially important for the brain. The brain is highly sensitive to oxidative stress and chronic inflammation. When these factors increase, they can damage neurons and gradually impair cognitive function. Studies published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience and Nutrients suggest that sulforaphane may help reduce neuroinflammation, protect neurons from oxidative stress, and support cognitive function in research models. What makes this even more compelling is that sulforaphane is one of the few plant compounds capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier. This means it doesn't just act indirectly, it can directly influence brain cells at the central level. Think of it this way: you're not just eating to protect your heart or liver, you're also influencing your central nervous system. That said, it's important to stay balanced. Much of the current evidence related to brain health comes from preclinical or small-scale studies. This means the findings are promising, but not yet definitive. Still, the scientific trend is clear. Reducing inflammation and oxidative stress creates a more supportive environment for long-term brain function. And if you think the benefits stop at the brain, the next section expands even further. Sulforaphane may also play a direct role in blood sugar control and energy metabolism. Number 4. Stabilizing blood sugar and improving energy metabolism. You may think broccoli is only good for heart health or cancer prevention, but it also plays a direct role in how your body handles blood sugar. And this is something many people overlook. Insulin resistance isn't caused only by eating too much sugar. It is also closely linked to cellular-level chronic inflammation and oxidative stress. So where does sulforaphane come in? Research suggests that sulforaphane may help improve insulin sensitivity, allowing cells to respond more effectively to insulin. When this happens, glucose can enter cells more efficiently, helping lower blood sugar naturally without requiring excessive insulin production. But that's not all. Sulforaphane may also activate pathways related to AMPK, often described as a metabolic switch that helps the body use energy more efficiently. When AMPK is activated, the body tends to reduce glucose production in the liver, increase glucose uptake in cells, and support overall energy balance. A 2017 study published in Science Translational Medicine found that sulforaphane-rich extracts may help reduce fasting blood sugar levels in individuals with type 2 diabetes. The effect was particularly noticeable in those with poorer blood sugar control. However, it's important to understand the context. This study used concentrated sulforaphane extracts at higher doses, not just whole foods. This means the effect from eating broccoli alone may be more modest, but still meaningful when accumulated over time. And here's the key point: when you combine broccoli with mustard, you can maximize the formation of sulforaphane, helping optimize these metabolic benefits. Think of it this way: this isn't just about lowering blood sugar, it's about improving how your body manages energy at the cellular level. And if you think the benefits stop at metabolism, the final section will take it even further, because this combination may also be linked to long-term cancer risk reduction. Number 5. Supporting cancer risk reduction when sulforaphane is properly activated. Sulforaphane is often described as one of the most promising plant compounds for cancer prevention. But let's be clear from the start: no food can cure cancer. What science suggests is that certain natural compounds may help reduce risk and support cellular protection, and sulforaphane is one of the most studied among them. However, there is a critical detail that is often overlooked. Sulforaphane is only formed when the enzyme myrosinase is active, and this is exactly why mustard becomes important. When you combine broccoli with mustard, you help optimize the formation of sulforaphane, increasing its biological impact in the body. Studies published in Cancer Prevention Research and the Journal of Nutrition suggest that sulforaphane may activate phase 2 detoxification enzymes, reduce oxidative stress, and support apoptosis, the body's natural process of removing damaged or abnormal cells. These mechanisms are directly linked to reducing the risk of abnormal cell formation and progression. In addition, epidemiological studies have found that higher consumption of cruciferous vegetables, such as broccoli, is associated with a lower risk of certain cancers, including lung, colorectal, and prostate cancer. However, it's important to stay precise. These are observational associations, not definitive cause and effect relationships. Real outcomes depend on overall dietary patterns and lifestyle, not a single food. And this leads to the most important point: it's not just what you eat, but how you combine and use foods consistently that determines long-term impact. Broccoli and mustard are not a miracle secret, but they represent a powerful example of modern nutrition science, where a small change in how you eat can lead to meaningful biological effects. If insights like this are helping you better understand how to eat smarter, make sure to subscribe to the channel. In upcoming videos, we'll continue breaking down food combinations that are truly supported by science. But the most important question remains: how should you prepare broccoli? How much mustard should you use, and who should be cautious? Let's move to the final section, where everything becomes practical and easy to apply. You've seen that broccoli and mustard are not just a simple dish, they're a combination grounded in clear scientific principles. But the most important question is, how do you actually use this combination to get real benefits? Let's start with preparation. Broccoli is best lightly steamed for about 3 to 5 minutes, just enough to soften it while preserving much of its natural enzyme activity. If your broccoli is already fully cooked, don't worry, you can still reactivate sulforaphane formation by adding mustard after cooking. This works because the enzyme myrosinase in mustard can help convert compounds in broccoli into sulforaphane, even if broccoli's own enzymes have been reduced by heat. In terms of quantity, you don't need much. About half to 1 teaspoon of mustard, roughly 2 to 5 milliliters per serving, is enough to trigger this biological reaction. Timing also matters. Mustard should be added after cooking, not before, to prevent heat from deactivating the enzyme. Another option is to combine broccoli with raw foods rich in myrosinase, such as radish or other raw cruciferous vegetables, to achieve a similar effect. However, this approach may not be suitable for everyone. If you have a sensitive stomach, start with small amounts to assess tolerance. Those with mustard allergies should avoid it entirely. And if you are taking specific medications, it's best to consult a healthcare professional before applying this strategy. And here is the key takeaway: it's not just about eating broccoli, it's about how you activate the nutrients within it that make the real difference. Now, what about you? How do you usually prepare broccoli? Boiled, steamed, or stir-fried? And have you ever tried adding mustard? Share your experience in the comments. Your insight might help others better understand and apply this approach correctly. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next video.